Hi there, thanks for tuning in again. This is the last video of year 2 of my journey back to a more healthy weight. So it is time for not only the weight results but also to take stock of what the year brought, and also to let you know what will happen in the future of this channel. Will there be a third year? What will that mean and how will it look like? So we will find out in a moment, and until then I just say let's go. Okay, so this last 2 weeks were quite stressful again. I had not had so much work in quite a while in regards of my day job. So I really earned my keep the last 2 weeks, and yeah, that was dominating my time. I didn't get out as much as I should. I promised myself at the start of the year that I would go out at least half an hour to an hour each day, no matter how the weather is. And I was pretty strict with it, except for at the very beginning when I was coming down with a sickness, with a cold and with a flu. So I didn't follow through the last few weeks, I guess over a month now. So I need to really get back to that. I was out a little bit here and there, but not that much. And yeah, but otherwise I kicked off the 2 weeks with a nice plate of asparagus I shared with my sister. I invited her to have that with a nice schnitzel on top. And I use a very light hollandaise, and as asparagus has very little calories, my plate only had 800 calories, which is pretty neat. And since we have now asparagus season, I had that a few times in the last 2 weeks, and will likely have it sometimes more in the future until the season is over at the end of June approximately. So how that impacted my weight, you will find out in a moment. But yeah, that's basically it there. Otherwise, I actually went to our little duck pond once or twice. Whoops. And there I saw a little family of ducks with some little ducklings. 6 ducklings were swimming around. And of course, nearby I saw a heron. And everyone who has seen my videos from my first year may know that a heron and some little ducklings are a terrible mixture for maybe not that obvious reasons, but I don't want to get into details. But I was a little bit worried about the ducklings. The next day I returned, it was still 6 ducklings and the heron was gone, so that's a good news. I was there yesterday again. I only saw 5, but maybe just one was hiding in the flowers on the pond. I don't know. Maybe one was gone. I mean, 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, having 5 of them, 5 of 6 seeing to be still there, I guess it's still a win for nature. I mean, that's just how nature plays. But yeah. At least I think it wasn't the heron that was the culprit there. And otherwise, otherwise, my nephew and his wife and 2 children was coming through. They were visiting for 2 days because they were heading to visit his wife's family in Poland, and and they just stopped here, and we spent some time together. I have filmed a lot of material there. I might share that in the future, but for now, let me just share this short clip to let you know how they look like. And yeah, maybe that will turn into a separate video in the future. And now let's get to my weight results. And I hope you can hear me properly, because it was quite unwindy, so there was no wind when I started filming. Now there is a little bit of rustling going through the leaves, so hopefully you are hearing me properly. If not, sorry about that. So yeah, my last 2 weeks, like I said, were not that focused on eating, more on work, and that resulted for me into a not so good outcome. And honestly, I have to be honest with myself. The last 2 weeks, I also wasn't that strict. So in the beginning of the day, usually I was quite strict, and then in the evening, I got some cravings, and some days I gave in. Especially the first few days I gave in, because at the beginning of the week I always say, hey, let's just make up for it at the end of a week or after a few days. So that is a bad approach. I should not do that, but that is how it happened. And that is something that unfortunately, if I'm honest with myself, happened a few times over the last few weeks. So I start the week usually on Sunday. On Sunday I don't care much. On Monday I always plan to get started and start strict, and then maybe I still am a little bit sloppy with keeping it up properly, and then by Wednesday at the latest I am thinking about, okay, now I need to make up for it, and then I really dive in. But yeah, the same happened the last 2 weeks, and I have to say that in between I was even 2 kilos higher than I ended up being today. And I just made up for that in the last 3 or 4 days, mainly due to the fact that I know that I wanted to film this video and I don't want it to look completely like a slob, which I still do a little bit. But no worries, I'm not depressed or something. I'm just disappointed with myself and I need to change my approach. So that's what's going on here. But with all that being said, let's just share the weight results. So basically, I am now at 120.4 kilograms, which is 265.4 pounds. That is a plus of 3.7 pounds from last week, from last 2 weeks. My body mass went up 0.5 to 34.8. My body fat went up the same amount, 0.5 to 37.5. And my muscle mass went down by 0.3 to 27.6. My visceral fat, and that is the internal fat in my guts, that is the most dangerous fat, that also went up a point, which was a little bit of a shocker to me, because I was getting that number down over the year to quite a nice point already, and now it's after staying at 18, which was already higher again, now it's at 19. It's a little bit of a shock to me, but yeah, what can I say? It is something I will have to figure out going into the next year. And I told you I want to take stock about what happened this year, and here is a little bit of data about that. So at the start of year 2, I had 118.7 kilo. So I ended up having, so by the way, this is 261.7 pounds. I ended up 3.7 pounds over what I have had at the start of a year, which is terrible. It's not a good outcome at all, especially considering that my best weight in between this whole year was 110.5 kilograms, which is 243.6 pounds, which is 10 kilograms or 22 pounds less than I have right now. So this is the amount I was going up and down between that and right now, which is is it actually the highest amount I have had this year? I think so. I think I'm now at the highest amount I had the whole year, which is a terrible end of a year result, but hey, I can change it now. But the last few weeks when I was hitting the plateau and when my weight constantly and steadily went up a little bit each week, I was telling myself, oh, it's just a little bit, it's just a little bit, but it added up and now I'm here, which is not great. So it will give me perspective and hopefully motivation for year 3. My body mass index was at the start 34.3. It's now 34.8. My lowest was 31.4 though. So also a lot of this going on. My body fat was at the start 34.2. It's now 37.5. And my best result was 31.2. So I am now 6.3 points over my best result of the year. Muscle mass, my best result was 38. I started the year at 29.1 and I'm now at 27.8. So also not really great. And the visceral fat, like I said, it's now 19. I had 18 for the longest time. I started at 18 in the beginning of the year and my best result in the middle was 16. So I want to get there pretty soon and hopefully I will. Again, I hope you can hear me. Now it's a little bit windy again. Yeah, so that is my taking stock of the year. In a sentence, it was not a successful year at all. I hope the next year will be better, and I hope I will be more disciplined. I mean, there is the plateauing issue, a little bit of a yo-yo effect, but at least the last few weeks, the last few weeks I can only blame myself. I cannot blame my body, my plateauing or whatever. It's just my mind. And that needs to be changing. The good news though is, like I said, I was, especially in the evenings, I was craving stuff. So I had a lot of Snickers and chocolate bars, not really chocolate, but more those chocolate bars. I had some chips here and there. The good news though is those reserves are now completely gone. I depleted them over the last weeks. So my plan is to not even restock. So if I really crave something and it fits into my daily routine, then I will buy it just for that day. But otherwise, no chocolate, no chips will enter my house for the foreseeable future until I get myself and my discipline under control again. So this is the planned approach for me. And let's see how this will work out in the next few weeks and over the next year. And with that being said, let's discuss the next year. Because, like I said, this is the last video of year 2 of my journey. So the question is how the next year will turn out to look like on this channel. And I have mentioned a lot of times that when I set out to start this channel and this video series, my goal was to learn how to speak freely in front of a camera. I think I've pretty much gotten quite good at it. So you don't see cuts at all in the last few videos, which is good. Usually I had a lot of cuts. I also tried to see how I improve my skills of filming outside in general, because all of the stuff I do from my other channel is inside. I film it in front of a green screen. So I wanted to film outside, see how that works. How I can edit in using music as well, which I did over the last few months as well. So pretty much most of the stuff I set out to achieve I did with this video series. So the only thing, and that is the main thing though, left is my motivation and my keeping track of what's going on with my weight. Because I have to say, without this video series, I would not have managed to get back to even 120 over the last 2 weeks. I would have likely stuck at 222, which was the highest weight I had over the last 2 weeks. maybe I would have even had more than that. And the only reason why I put on the brakes was I knew that I wanted to film this video. I had to film this video, and I don't want to look like a complete slob, which I still do, I guess. That was my motivator, and it helped. And like I might have mentioned in this video already, maybe it was in the German version, getting down these pounds in a time frame of 2 or 3 days it really shows me that I can reach my goal if I just stick to it, and I just have to be more disciplined. So so a motivational help it will be, and I'm pretty sure if I would stop the series now, I would be completely losing track, and maybe the yo-yo effect would completely kick in, and I would be back at 137 kilos in a heartbeat. So I need to continue this video to stay motivated, and to do so because I have a lot of stuff to do, and this video series takes a lot of time in filming, in editing, even though recently I really cut down the editing time by just speaking in one continuous shot. But still, I want to reduce the time I spend here because I'm more involved, or I have more to do at work. Sometimes in the evenings I get this time back, so no worries. But I also don't do as much as I want on my main channel with the video reviews, movie reviews. So I was thinking about what to do, and recently I already cut down the time from once a week to once every 2 weeks. Of course, like always, there's a plane. It wouldn't be a video update without a plane flying overhead. So I was thinking what to do, and my approach that I decided on is I will do a monthly video going forward for year 3. So you will have in year 3 you will have 12 videos each month. There will be one. I will drop each video on the first Monday of the new month. So the next video you will see will be on the first Monday in July, covering all of June. And that's basically it. But since I think I mentioned that at the beginning of each week I was sneaking stuff in. I was not taking things that seriously. So to avoid that, I will just let it slide for the first 2 weeks and then just concentrate on losing weight when it's getting closer to my end of the month. I plan to post my weekly results, my weekly weight results as a community post in written form. So if you are interested in seeing where my journey is going, then check it out. I know that I don't offer much for the casual viewer, so that is something I also have to admit that I would have hoped that I had a little bit more of a viewership. But again, I know that if you don't know me, it's just a guy talking about losing his weight, not really sharing much other things about himself. Maybe for others I might share too much. I don't know what people will get out of these videos. So I have right now, I think, 17 subscribers, which is, though I appreciate everyone who is watching and subscribing, I appreciate that very much. I would say this number doesn't justify me spending that much time on it. So that was the reason why I'm now cutting back to once a month. Because it's just what it is, you know. If I had a big viewership, I guess I would also be more motivated to do a weekly video again or something like that. But yeah, with that being said, I will post my weekly updates so I keep on track. I will likely post some shorts in between if I have something very short I want to tell you. That might be something I will do. So subscribe if you are interested in keeping track of that. And otherwise, if there's something special like my nephew dropping in, and I have filmed a ton of footage, which I will likely, hopefully, it will take a lot of time to edit that. create and turn into a separate video. If something like that happens, I will post separate videos as well as some specials on this channel, but otherwise it will be a monthly vlog going forward. That's it. I hope you have achieved everything you wanted over the last 2 weeks. I hope if you had plans for the whole last year, that your last year was more successful than mine. I hope the next year for me will be better, for sure. I hope I will be more disciplined even in the next weeks already. Today I was already starting strong, so hopefully that is something that I will keep going over the next few months. Let's see. And with that being said, I wish you all the best for the next 2 weeks or for the next month. We will see each other again, if you like, at the start of July for my update video for June. I would be delighted if you tune in. And until then, I just say, as usual, stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for watching.